I want to go directly to the cloud. And now I really appreciate that you are not standing up and going away and saying, oh my God, another boring presentation about cloud. Because what I'm doing now, I'm not selling the cloud, okay? It's not, I don't want you to go and now buy our cloud. It's not my aim. What I'm trying to show you here is a little bit different perspective about what cloud is, and it's very much combined with the previous topic, which is agility. Cloud is not a product, cloud is an enabler. It enables your organization to do things faster and quicker, and we will see it in a second. So again, my another attempt to be more interactive. If I say cloud, what do you think? Is it like, yeah, cloud, you want to go to cloud, or not really? Or maybe it's okay? It's okay, guys? That's okay. And the ladies, it's okay. Fine. So we are trying to ask the CIOs, CEOs around the globe, and we are doing such a cool reports which are called IBM Institute of Business Values. 70 to 80% of IT directors, CIOs are saying we want to invest in cloud. This is general statement. What does it mean? Well, let's not go into details, but let me try to give you another perspective about the cloud. Don't think of the cloud as somebody stealing your data, or your data will be somewhere there hanging around visible for everybody. It's an enabler. So, why cloud? How we can use it, some use cases, and what, again, IBM can help with. Why cloud? Imagine that this is your firm, corporation, organization, whatever you're working with, for. You are never working alone. In fact, there are some kind of archetypes of our thinking that, yes, we do our products and we are responsible for them and so on. But if you think about it, you need a lot of partners to deliver whatever you deliver, either services, products, or experience, and so on. Imagine this. Do you deliver your own electricity? No, you are buying electricity from the markets. Somebody is delivering you the heating services. Somebody is taking away the problem with the trash. You don't have to think about the trash. Water is the same. For example, another partnerships. Are you your own internet provider? Not really. There are specified companies which are providing you those services. Why do you choose not to build your own energy generator and maintain it and have your own electricity? Well, because of few reasons. First of all, you buy the services because the energy company has a dedicated and professional people who are living with the energy. This is what they are doing. They are not wiping the customers, they are delivering the energy. This is their domain. Most of the time when they want to sell us something, it's reliable. It's not breaking every now and every second, right? The electricity downtimes are really, really small. What more? It's more or less safe. The heating system is quite safe. We do not very often hear about the fires based on the misusage or mismanagement of the heating system or any other of those services. It's OPEX versus CAPEX, right? It's operational expenditure and asset-heavy approach. If we want to create our own electricity, we need to buy the generator, we need to maintain it, and so on. By outsourcing, let's say, all of those things, we are also being able to focus on what we are doing the best, what is our core business, and what our users want. We can focus on the user and use the abilities which are delivered by somebody else. Well, this might be disputable, but most of the time those services they are on the highest possible level because the companies are specialized in delivering exactly them. It's also scalable. You don't need to buy a bigger pipe if you want to have more water. You just put your tap a bit more open and you have more water, and then you pay a little bit more because you used more water, right? The same with electricity. And then you can project your costs, optimize them, and so on, because you know how much you will pay. You don't care about downtimes of the electricity generator because it's not your problem. So now, I hope you know what goes next. Cloud. I mean, what is the difference? Is it really your mission to deliver on the highest possible quality maintenance of your servers? Is it really something which your customers care about? Are you sure your organization can deliver higher standard of server and application maintenance than dedicated services? Maybe you are excellent in this, but maybe not. So my challenge here would be to think, there is a lot of discussion about cloud and security. Again, data centers which, for example, IBM hosts, we have around the world, they are dedicated buildings with the infrastructure for security, natural disasters, and everything there can be, because those are buildings for the data centers, nothing else. They are not adjusted buildings and the data center next to it. It is dedicated infrastructure. Think about your data centers. Are they dedicated, or they are adjusted to in some of your locations? So I'm just trying to challenge the thinking that the cloud is some product. No, it's yet another service which enables you to deliver better, higher quality to your customers. So now a few examples what cloud could be used for. The first challenge is we need to create a proof of concept. We have a great idea, we want to be agile, we want to go and see how this piece of functionality is working. To be able to deliver this, we need to have an additional server because we need to implement it somewhere. So more or less the flow looks like this. We decide that we want to make a POC. We are trying to analyze what kind of hardware and software we need. We start to buy the hardware and software. It takes forever because the vendor, after we choose the vendor, they have to create the server, send it to you, and so on and so forth. We are doing the POC. We are thinking if this is what you wanted and if we want to start it on the productive environment. Then we are trying to order the productive servers, and so on and so forth. Imagine it with the cloud. We think about the POC. We just swipe our credit card and buy the servers on demand. We do the POC, it's the same step. We say, fine, we want to go productive. Then we go productive. We just turn the server to the productive mode. We can scale it and we can use it. I mean, time to market is much shorter. And there is not much of a philosophy if it's secured or not. Not all the POCs, especially when there is a sensitive bank data involved, could be in the cloud. But there could be in the privately virtualized cloud as well. Why not? Something to think about. Another challenge. Once a month, once a half a year, once a year, we need to make a lot of calculations. For example, if you are in an energy company, you need to reconcile your invoicing data with something else. It takes a lot of computation power for you. So in the standard approach, when you don't use the cloud, this is your standard workload, and this is your specific peak in a time. And it needs so much of the bandwidth of your hardware, let's say. If you use the cloud, you say, I have servers in my place which are using so much of the energy, computation power, and so on, and the rest I'm just renting. So I'm spending considerably little amount of money in comparison to buy the dedicated hardware, which won't be used for most of the time, which has to be maintained by the additional guys, and which is basically waste of money. So here again, we are going between assets and just paying for the operations. Something to think about again. And the third one, last one. You have a lot of ERP systems, and this is probably true for everybody here. Well, you need to maintain them, right? And again, the question is maintenance of the ERP system on the technical level, for example, or the infrastructure for it. Is it your core competency? Is it something which you want to be the best in the world? I don't think so. Most of the time it's something that you have to do. So why don't you optimize it? Imagine that you have a production, quality, test, development, and some additional test environment. So you need people to maintain it all the time. And then why not to put the productive and quality environment in your place and manage it by your stuff, and the rest put to the cloud. You just rent the physical server, which is just standing somewhere else. You'll have a connectivity to this based on the internet, and it's your server. It's just hosted by somebody else, so you don't have to take care about the hardware failure, place for the server, and so on. You can optimize your IT department in such a way that the people who would have to stay and do the same job for the not so important environments, they could start to think, okay, how we can improve our operations to serve the customer better. So, what IBM can do? I believe that there was a lot of discussion about IBM being a little bit late with the cloud and so on. It's not exactly true in all the aspects. We were talking about the business on demand in 2000, year 2000. It was basically about cloud, but it was called business on demand then. And that's true that some of the other companies, they really had a kickstart with their platforms, but we are catching up quite fast. So my proposal to you, if you are still like the cloud is we don't know, forget about cloud as a product. It's an enabler. So what we can do, we can try to help you to really build a reasonable business case. It's not that everything should go to the cloud. We are not crazy. We know it won't happen. It's not the way how we want to do it. But we can build the business case, what could go to the cloud, what will be beneficial for you, and how much money you will save on this operation. Later on, we can go and try to help you to discuss the transformation which your business could go through by using the cloud. How you could be more agile by using the cloud. How you could leverage the new solutions which are available just like that, within seconds, through the cloud. Oh, sorry. Then we can implement some systems. If you already have the vision what you would like to have, we have quite a huge portfolio and we are building it all the time, and we are moving our current portfolio to the cloud as well. We can help you implement it, we can help you use it, depends on what you need. And then support. Basically, we have a dedicated, huge organization within IBM to support the cloud itself. We have dedicated organizations, which you already heard about, to help you to run the system. Doesn't matter if it's on the cloud or on premises. Very often, IBM is compared to the elephant. We are big and very difficult to push forward. But once we start to run, it's difficult to stop us on the other hand, right? Some things are changing. We are embedding this startup approach within IBM. One of the things how we are doing it is we created something which is called Cloud Marketplace. 3 types of the solutions: software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. The last one came to IBM as the acquisition, $2 billion acquisition 2 years ago, I think, for the soft layer. Basically, I will talk about the soft layer in a second, just ending this presentation. But what it means, software as a service, you just go, click on the software, you have it instantly ready. You can start to use it, you can put your collaboration platform in the cloud, it's ready, maintained, you just use it, it's your service. Platform as a service, if you are more development heavy organization, you can just rent and pay as you go, pay as you use the development service. You don't need to install all the Java servers, wherever you need databases and so on to build a piece of your code. You can extend your company or extend your IT landscape of the platform which is in the cloud. It's called in the cloud, but basically it's standing there on the servers, also on the dedicated servers for you if you want it, and you can use it for development. You don't have to wait with all this software and hardware procurement. You just go, buy it, and you have it. And then infrastructure. This is very interesting because this is the most pure way how you can use the cloud. You need server. You buy server, you have it in 15 minutes. End of story. You can install whatever you want on it, and it's a, for example, bare machine. The only thing which you have is your server is in the cloud. It's standing there, physical box for you. You have access to it. It's just not standing under your desk. It's a little bit farther. Only difference. So it's very good to go there to the marketplace and see what we have there. Quite interesting thing you can find there. Very shortly about Bluemix, and finally the slide in English. Basically, who heard about Bluemix? Okay. So this is one of the platform as a service. Basically, again, if you are developing something in Java, if you are developing some mobile applications, you need the whole infrastructure. Bluemix is the combination of a lot of open source and not open source services as a platform delivered in the cloud. So how it works, you want to create a new mobile application, you don't have any infrastructure. You are connecting to the Bluemix with your VPN, you are creating an account, you are deploying few services which are available, ready to use in Bluemix. You pay as you go, you pay as you use, and you start coding your program, you put it there, connect all the devices. Within 2 weeks, you have the running mobile application for your corporation attached to your backend, which is standing under your desk as well. So this is quite revolutionary because it's on the enterprise grade, enterprise scale development platform which is given to you. 30 days, and that's a startup way of doing it. We are now so startup. 30 days for free, right? You don't have to pay for it. You can just go there, check it out, play with it, see how many services are available, and we are constantly spending money on it, meaning we are developing it, and bringing new services and so on. In fact, we are talking about Watson today. API way of connecting to Watson is there as well. You can use Watson for your stuff, whatever you do. You can try to connect your ticket database to the Watson, and the Watson will give you basically the answers. We're becoming obsolete, we have to reinvent ourselves. And the soft layer, last slide here. It's really great because you can really buy the bare metal, so-called bare metal bare metal with your own stack. You're just buying a server. Like you would buy the physical one, it's just standing in our data centers. You can also buy virtualized server, and you can buy dedicated virtualized servers, and you can install whatever you want. So, soft layer. Do you know which group of users are the most demanding when it comes to the performance and the reliability and so on? Is it retail, energy, government? No, it's gamers, basically the guys who are playing the computer games. And there is more than 100 million people playing the online computer games using soft layer. It just shows you that this platform is robust enough to meet the expectations of the most demanding part of the people using computers. And we have it all around the world. We are heavily investing in Europe. In 4 places we have a big data centers. Basically the connection between data centers are reliable, redundant, and so on. You can just use it. Pay for the server, have it in 15 minutes. If you want to have a bare metal server, it takes 4 hours because we have to dedicate 1 server for you. If you want to have a private cloud, meaning not shared with other customers, it's 1 hour. And if you want to have a public cloud, for example, for your POC or some small applications or whatever, it's in minutes. You just click and you have it. So again, and again, not working. Well, anyway, that's my last slide. So it doesn't want to go forward, which is good. Cloud is an enabler. So please do just use it as an enabler. And don't think about it as a cost or anything, it's enabler. It helps you to save that money, save the time, and make you more agile. With this, thank you.